The thing I'm really curious about is the whole process between this, the handmade prototype, and this, the final version, in terms of the whole production chain. Can you explain in layman terms like what goes into making this the final product?
The actual difference is that you make it at home and you make it in the factory, of course. But you're using different technologies to produce these prototypes and to produce this mass production copy. Actually, it was for me. It was also the quite big experience to find how to make it with these mass production technologies, to make it in the same way, with the same result like the first prototype. For a really long time, the first prototype was the best in everything, in materials, in visual way. Everything was quite good, and we were trying to find a way to make it also in mass production copy in the same way, with the same result. And you are using a few steps in the production. And you have the prototype. After that, you have the pre-production copy, which is from this one.
Yeah, okay.
It's from the factory that they make the whole game, and but they are using also the technologies which are not for the mass production, because when you start the mass production, it's really expensive, and it's the last step in the process. And after that, you can't go back. It's so expensive that the factory said, okay, we will give you mass production copy. You will say that it is okay, and we will start the mass production. And so you have the pre-production copy with the different technologies, and you have to say, okay, this is fine, and we shall see how it will happen. And specifically in this case with the Project L, that was quite hard, because the mass production was the biggest problem of the whole process, because the mass production was not satisfying for us, that the result was not really good, and we have to take it back into the beginning and find a different structure for the card.
Okay, let's talk about the structure. Like you mentioned that it doesn't look like it, but it's got a lot of layers.
Yes. Yeah. At the beginning, there were one layer less, and there was the second black cardboard inside the card. There is 9 layers actually in the puzzle. You have the UV spot finish, which is something shiny you can see. After that, there is print on the paper. The blackboard, which is something that the card is really sturdy. After that, you have the second paper with the printing. There is these gray dots in the recessed part of the puzzle. After that, you have the second blackboard, that quite thin in comparison with the first, but it's because of recessed part that was imprinted on the back side of the puzzle. You can see it here in some mass production copy from I don't know, the second print. And you can see that there is you can see the shape of the
recess, yeah.
of the recessed part on the other side. So it was quite the big problem that you can't send it to your backers when you say that it will be the best game with a beautiful design and everything, and after that you have something on the puzzle. Last, there is also UV spot finish on the back side. But yeah, it's quite complicated structure. It's not really easy to produce, and everything is problematic because of minimalistic design. So you can see everything on the card. Every problem, for example, with matte varnish on the first layer of the puzzle, and that in second mass production copy, I think we had a problem that after 5 games, the card was really worn. That you can saw the fingerprints on it. So we said it's a problem, because the minimalistic design on the card, it's not really nice that when after a few games you had this card totally printed by your fingers. But still they were they're very patient with us, and they try to find some solution in the factory. So they tested I don't know how many varnishes during the production. They made it in the factory where iPhones are made. So they tried to do everything, but and at the end they found a quite good solution, and the car is great.
You mentioned that they had a sort of a device that tests. How does that work?
Yeah, this is the machine, and this machine, it how to say it in English? It's doing all the time, like I don't know
like
how many times.
Rubs the car.
Rubs the car.
And tries to wear it out.
Yeah, and many times. I don't know. It's thousands of moves on the card. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the final product then.
This is the final product without any problems. We had quite a lot of different problems. I think that we will speak about it in the quality control update, because it was a really long journey with these cards.
Okay, thanks.